What's up, CrossFitters? Coach Justin here, the WOD nutritionist. Here at CBG, we help you lose body fat, build muscle, crush your WODs without tracking macros. So today's topic is going to be about protein. Why do we struggle to hit our protein goal? Why is protein important? How much protein should we even have if we're doing 4 to 5 WODs per week? I'm going to go over all this in this video, and you're going to learn more about protein in the next 10 minutes than you've learned in your entire time doing CrossFit, right? Or from your doctor or wherever else. And so there are 5 main reasons I feel that protein is the most important macronutrient for CrossFitters. Number 1 is muscle repair and growth. Obviously, when we have protein, we're repairing our muscle tissue that we tore during actual WODs and workouts, and it gives us the ability to grow more muscle tissue, right? Or lengthen and and improve the size of the overall muscle tissue so that we can get stronger. Now, why is this important for CrossFitters? Well, number 1, it's actually repairing micro tears in muscle, tendon, ligament, bone, so that we can stay injury free. The people with more muscle are less likely to get injured because they have more support, right? Because a lot of our injuries happen at the micro tear level and then go from there because we're not giving our body enough of those resources to actually be able to recover. So that's the first reason. The second reason is it stimulates protein muscle synthesis. Without stimulating protein muscle synthesis, you're not going to be able to grow and build more muscle, which means you're not going to be able to get stronger. And so protein intake stimulates muscle protein synthesis by a process that helps the body build new muscle proteins. And adequate protein consumption is essential for maintaining and increasing muscle mass, which is critical for strength and performance if you're doing 4 to 5 WODs per week, right? So the first reason is muscle repair and growth. This is one and the primary reason as to why doing 4 to 5 WODs per week and wanting to see results really hinges upon the fact that you get in good quantities of protein every single day. Number 2 is enhanced recovery. So obviously CrossFit can make us really sore. Number 1, we're going to end ranges of motion. We're reaching max mobility levels in multiple different types of movements, both upper body, lower body, and this could make us extremely sore and our muscles really sore. And so in order to enhance recovery, we need to get in enough protein to prevent delayed onset muscle soreness, or commonly referred to as DOMS. This delayed onset muscle soreness, 1, keeps us out of the gym, and it doesn't really allow for us to grow more muscle tissue because we've just tore the muscle apart and we haven't been able to actually repair it. Protein allows for that repair process to happen. And so consuming protein after workouts can greatly reduce delayed onset muscle soreness. And so this is why we always encourage a protein shake or some sort of liquid, fast digestible protein source, such as a whey protein, to be able to get into the bloodstream so that we can actually recover our sore muscles. And so also with CrossFit, we're obviously doing multiple reps, and we're doing basically as many reps as possible within a certain time frame, whether it be in an AMRAP or an EMOM or for time. And so therefore we're doing these repetitions at end ranges of motion at high reps, and we need to make sure that we recover from these types of workouts at such an intense and high level. Secondly, actually enhancing recovery not only depends on protein, but also depends on the second most important macronutrient for CrossFitters, which is carbohydrates. And so what protein does is it actually works together with carbohydrates to support glycogen replenishment. Justin, what the hell is glycogen? Glycogen is carbohydrate stored in the muscle. This is actually the primary fuel source that our body goes to whenever we start a CrossFit workout. We start a CrossFit workout, our body says, where is the energy coming from? Comes right from the glycogen stored in our muscle, which is carbohydrates stored in our muscle. And so in order to support glycogen replenishment, we need not just carbs, but we need protein and carbohydrates. So while carbohydrates are the primary macronutrient for replenishing glycogen, protein also plays a role. Protein intake alongside carbohydrates post-workout, which is why we also encourage a post-workout protein shake that includes liquid carbohydrates, can enhance glycogen storage, especially in athletes that are doing high intense training sessions. So this is the second reason that protein is the most important macronutrient, is that it's friends with other macronutrients out there to actually help you recover better. Number 3 is improving overall performance. So protein helps improve overall performance for a few reasons, but the main is that it helps maintain lean muscle mass. If we have more lean muscle mass and less body fat, we're able to enhance our overall performance, especially in the sport of CrossFit, where our body weight to performance ratio really matters. We can't be 250 pounds and expect to excel in the sport of CrossFit CrossFit, even if it's all muscle. Same thing when it comes to someone that's 250 pounds and is all body fat. There's a right body weight to performance ratio we need to find out for our body type so that we can maximize what we can do on the strength side when we lift the barbell, but also when we hang from the bar. And so that is super important. And so getting more lean muscle mass and enhancing more lean body mass can be a great way to make sure that you're improving your performance over time, whether it's with the barbell or hanging from the barbell, doing gymnastics-based movements. Second is enhancing strength and power. And so there are muscle fiber recruitments that occur between the brain and the actual muscle tissue if we have more muscle on us. So what I mean by this is, based on the amount of muscle you have, there are a certain amount of connections to the brain that occur that allow us to get stronger and hit PRs. If we build more muscle, we're able to have more connections from the brain to that muscle tissue to be recruited to lift more weight. And so therefore, if we want to enhance strength and power, which are two of the main criteria inside of doing 4 to 5 watts per week, we need to make sure that we're eating enough protein to do so. Building more muscle fiber or largening the muscle fiber can help with this. So that's number 3. Number 4 is supporting immune function. So this is more on the health side of things, but still critical and important, because if we don't have good immune function, we're constantly getting sick, we're out of the gym, we're not really reaching any of the goals that I aforementioned. And so supporting immune function is through amino acid and immune health. Obviously, protein is made up of amino acids in a tertiary structure, quaternary structure, that then allows to get into the bloodstream, break up, and give our body what it needs. And so protein provides essential amino acids that support the immune system. Intense physical activity, like doing a WOD, actually temporarily weakens the immune system. And so therefore, adequate protein helps maintain proper immune function. Also, it helps with actually repairing tissues. Protein aids in the repair of regenerating tissues, including those in the immune system. So obviously, we want to recover as CrossFitters efficiently and stay healthy so we can continue to do 4 to 5 watts per week, even with our crazy schedules that are going on out there. So this is the 4th main reason as to why protein is the most important macro for CrossFitters. Number 5 is promoting body composition goals, which is probably the most important for a lot of us. Protein helps with this because protein has a high thermic effect, meaning it has 4 calories per gram, but you're actually burning off some of those calories just by eating protein, because it takes your body a good bit of energy to actually process, absorb, and digest protein. So that's one. You could actually feel fuller for longer and get a high thermic effect of food from actually eating protein. Number 2, it helps with fat loss and muscle preservation, right? High protein diets show that fat loss is much more and highly acceptable and easier when we are on a higher protein diet. The reason for this is that protein is very satiating. It keeps us fuller for longer, and we're less likely to resort to snacks and random things that have higher calories that don't support us in our 4 to 5 watts per week. And then obviously, if we have more lean muscle mass, which we're only going to get from eating adequate amounts of protein, our overall resting metabolic rate improves. Our resting metabolic rate is how many calories we burn at rest. So me just sitting here, if I have more muscle than someone else, I'm going to burn more calories just sitting here. And so the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn. And this is why a lot of men tend to lose weight quicker and faster than women, is because men have a little bit more muscle mass than women do on average, meaning that their resting metabolic rate, them just sitting there, they're burning more calories than their wife or their girlfriend. So if you're a woman out there, the key to this, build more muscle. It's really going to help you burn more calories at rest, which pretty cool, right? We're losing weight and not really doing much. And so this is all through protein, all right? Now that we know the benefits of protein and why it's the most important macronutrient for CrossFitters, I want to go over how much we actually need, because there's a lot of controversy out there as to what amount of protein we need on a daily basis, right? I will say this. Let's say we find a target of your protein goal and you don't hit it one day. Just hit your protein goal the next day. It's no big deal. It's not really going to affect anything long term. We just need to get back right to what we're doing and hit our protein goal the rest of the week, all right? So in terms of how much protein you need, some people say 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight, in this range, 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight, meaning someone that's 200 pounds should get in somewhere between 160 and 200 grams per day. Now, other people say this is very high for people that are, let's say, overweight, that are, 225 pounds, 250, 300, depending on your gender. And so therefore, it's really hard to hit those protein amounts when your weight is 250 or 300. No problem. What I would recommend for you is to start with your lean body mass. So how much muscle do you actually have on you compared to how much fat you have on you? And use that as your primary number. As you lose weight, and body fat specifically, your body fat will come down and then you will be more likely in the 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. So keep it simple. If you're within a range that makes sense for you to hit the 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight, find a number you can hit consistently. If you're a beginner getting in your protein goal, it's your first time trying this, start at 0.7 and work your way up week to week. If you're advanced, if you've tracked macros before, if you know where all of your protein sources come from and you've hit your protein goal in the past and you're trying to revamp and get started again, go ahead and target a higher number. And if you're 250, 300, 350 pounds, and it's just too difficult to hit the 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight, just start with your lean body mass, which is the amount of muscle mass you have on you, and then hit that in grams per day to reach your goal. And then build up over time as you're losing body fat and looking more like you actually do CrossFit. All right. So those are some tips around how much. What's the most important in all of this is find a number you can hit consistently. I'd much rather see one of our clients hit half their body weight in protein daily, then hit 0.8 their body weight in protein one day, then half, and then hit only 50 grams the next day, and then back up to 100 grams the following day. Find a number you can hit consistently, because then you're going to build stronger habits with your protein goal, and you're going to be able to more likely bump up those numbers in a consistent way because you're being more routine and structured with your actual protein goal that you're hitting every single day. So that's how you hit your protein goal in terms and what the amount of protein really needs to look like on a daily basis. Lastly is, how do I hit my protein goal without tracking macros? This is something that people come to us for all the time, as we don't track macros here at CBG because tracking macros is not sustainable. No one's gonna track every gram of food for the rest of their life, and it constantly stresses people out and has food controlling them versus you controlling food. And so once we've tracked for a long enough period of time, it's time to transition to a place where we don't need to track anymore, but we still understand our intake. So very simple, you can download our AI blueprint by going to our Instagram page. The link is below. You can go to our Instagram page and you can actually DM me the word AI blueprint and we will send the AI blueprint to you for free. Our AI blueprint is going to show you exactly the amount of protein that you need. It's going to show you exactly how to hit that protein goal throughout the day without tracking macros based on portions. And so once you figure out your protein goal, what you need to do is you need to divide that by the total number of meals, snacks, and protein shakes you're going to have in a day. Let's say, for example, your protein goal is 100. Just to keep it simple, 100 grams. Now, let's say you're gonna have 5 meals. 5 meals means you need 20 grams of protein every single meal. All right, 20 to 30 grams of protein is about the size of a deck of cards, 30 grams being the size of a cell phone. So deck of cards is about 20 grams, and then obviously 30 grams is the size of a cell phone, an iPhone. So utilize this to figure out your range of being in between 20 to 30 grams for every single meal. Protein bars usually have 20, and then also a protein shake usually has between 20 or 30 with 1 scoop. So that's super easy. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna schedule these meals throughout the day based on your lifestyle, based on your goals, and that way you're consistently hitting protein throughout the day. You're not falling behind at the end of the day, and then you're actually hitting your protein goal more consistently. To get a more specific look at what this might look like, download that AI blueprint, go over to our Instagram and DM me the word AI, and I'll send it to you guys for free. If you're tired of doing this alone, you've tried to do what you can with your nutrition, you don't want to feel the way that you're feeling now in terms of the actual comfort level with your body, the way clothes fit, or just suffering in your workouts, go ahead and click the link below in this YouTube video to book a call with my team so you can get some accountability and some support to know exactly what to do to get results in a predictable way. This is likely for people that have been struggling for 3 to 6 months or longer and are finally ready to make a true change. Everybody we look for them to be super committed and ready for the process, because my team makes the same commitment. So if you want to learn more about this, no pressure, click the link below and we'll schedule a call with you and we can go from there. All right, team, I'm Justin. I'm the WOD nutritionist. Here at CBG, we help you lose body fat, build muscle, crush your WODs without tracking macros. Go ahead, click those links below for any free information or to book a call with my team, and we'll talk to you next time.